Hi, I'm Sharon with Personable Pets Dog Training, and welcome to Training Tip Tuesdays. Over the last month or two, our lives have been dramatically changed, and one of the biggest changes is that more of us find ourselves working from home, me included. So one of the most common questions I'm getting right now is, how do I keep my dog busy so that I can get some work done? And more specifically, how do I get my dog to stop interrupting conference calls? So today we're going to talk all about food stuff, toys, or options to keep your dog entertained and out of trouble. So before we start talking about all of these entertainment options, I want to talk about the #1 way to get a calmer dog. And that is just simple, old-fashioned exercise. So get creative, plan your day around exercising your dog. If you have a conference call coming up, try to plan your day, so maybe 15, 20 minutes before that, you can take your dog outside in the backyard, play some fetch, maybe a game of tug, maybe you even have time for a quick walk through the neighborhood. But remember, the more energy we can get them to use up in the backyard, the less energy they have to get in trouble with. Okay, so as we start talking about the entertainment toy options, I want you to keep in mind that not all toys are created equal. And what I mean by that is some toys are simply more appropriate in some situations than others. So we're going to start with toys that you can use just for regular old dry kibble. Oops. So first up is this lovely little toy here. This actually happens to be one of Scooter's, that's my dog, one of his favorite toys. Most toys that use dry kibble, they're pretty easy to load. So you notice this one just has holes on the side. So all you do is tip it over a bit, drop some dry kibble in, and then all your dog has to do is roll it around the floor, and pieces of kibble will fall out. The thing you need to notice about this toy is it's pretty hard. So it's going to make a lot more noise as your dog is rolling it around the floor. So if you have an office with hard floors, this might not be an appropriate entertainment option, especially if you're trying to have an uninterrupted conference call. This might be just the plan, though, if you want your dog to stay in the living room and entertain himself while you hang out in your office. Another one of Scooter's favorite food stuff toys or kibble stuff toys is this lovely little toy. It's nice and soft. It's not going to make as much noise as it rolls around. And you'll notice that the hole is right down here in the bottom. This one is really easy to load. You can just drop food in it and shake it around. Or, and this is what I usually do, you can pop that middle part out, pick up some kibble, drop it in, push the middle part back down, and now as your dog rolls this one around the floor, every now and then a couple pieces of kibble will fall out. There you go, buddy. And then last but not least are these wonderful topple toys from Westpaw. The green one is for larger dogs, the blue one is for smaller dogs. But if you have them both, you can also use these to feed your dog. So all you do is drop some dry kibble in this green one, and notice that both of these have holes on the side, and the blue one magically fits in top of the green one. So once you have it loaded up, you give it to your dog, they roll it around on the floor, and voila, kibble falls out. Again, this one is nice and soft, so it's not going to make as much noise when it's rolling around on your floor. But all of these toys are going to make your dog a lot more active. So again, only you can decide, when you're working in the office, do you want an active dog chasing a toy around, or do you want a dog who's a little calmer, like Scooter right now, laying on his bed and entertaining himself? You just have to decide that on what your setup is. And a lot of times when we first introduce our dogs to kibble stuffed toys, we get all excited, we put them down on the floor, and they're not quite as excited as we are. So if it turns out you load a toy, you put it on the floor, your dog checks it out and then walks off, never hesitate to entice them with a couple of good treats. So just take a couple of smelly treats if possible. Drop them in the food stuff toy. Your dog is going to smell them, get more interested in the toy, and then as he plays with it, he'll start to figure out how much fun it is. So if you're looking for a more active dog, looking for ways to use your regular feeding, some of these toy options might be appropriate for you. Another great option is the good old-fashioned bully stick. Scooter loves his bully stick, but the risk sometimes with bully sticks is after your dog chews them down and there's just a little bit left at the bottom that could become a choking hazard. And so our friends at Westpaw have created the QWIZL, and hopefully I pronounced that right, and it's really easy to use. It's just a toy, it has a hole in it. You can take your bully stick and push it down inside the QWIZL. Okay, and now it's in there nice and tight. Maybe if I pushed a little harder. There we go. Now it's in there nice and tight so your dog can enjoy the bully stick and you do not have to worry about a little piece at the end where they could possibly choke on it. And also I think if your bully stick was long enough, you could probably even push it all the way through so that there was a little bit of bully stick on either end. Another more thing that you can do, a DIY solution, and Scooter did this one for the first time last night and really seemed to enjoy it, is just take a regular old muffin tin and you can drop some dry kibble in to the individual muffin holes, maybe even a really good treat to get your dog's attention at first, and then cover the holes with tennis balls. And now your dog has to figure out how to get the tennis balls out in order to access the food that's below it. So this is a great little DIY solution right there at home. And Scooter is being so good, we're going to give him a treat. As you can see, you have a lot of options to keep your dog busy while you're trying to work. But again, don't forget about the value of exercise and all of this, getting them outside, moving around. The more energy we can get them to use on anything else, the less energy they have to try to interrupt you when you're trying to work. So I think that's it for today. Hopefully you had fun. I think Scooter had fun. He just laid there and got free treats the whole time. But yeah, there are ways that you can help your dog adjust to this whole new world that we're living in, and you can be proactive and keep them out of trouble by giving them something else to do. Thanks. Have a nice day.